Okay, now welcome to Kasambu 256. Here we set what and said that we have started. The day has been long, but we thank God that we have come to the end of it. Yenna ky'obadde okola, what you've been doing in the day. Yeah, we thank you for working towards it. Today, it's another day just like other days that have happened. We want to thank the life that we have. We want to thank the moments that we've shared with the people that care, people that we love. We want to thank everyone who is putting their life so that life continues. We want to thank our partners. We want to thank our families. We want to thank everyone. Well, today I want to concentrate myself to the people that have just hit puberty. Nga you have hit puberty. Sembera mpola mpola, we have to talk to you about something. We started this podcast, and one of the things that we are trying to do is to make sure we educate people about their lives, we educate people about their mental strategies and mental healings. It is very good to always check yourself. And we have not been having such podcasts, we've not been having such channels talking about mental health, talking about the human behavior, talking about psychology, talking about all these kind of things that happen with human behavior. So, Lero Wetuli, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Kasam 256 for you to get more information like this. I've been having questions, people have been asking. I've had this topic over time. I've spoken about this topic in different radio stations. I've spoken about this topic in different YouTube channels. But today we decided to put it on Kasango 256 for it to have more impact as you scroll, as you check in. And today I want to concentrate on something that my boys go through. Abana abalenzi, what they go through. Most times omwana ali eyo n'omuzadde tasobola kimugamba. I remember when I was growing up, I don't remember having this sharing with our parents. I don't remember telling anyone about this kind of issue. We want to talk about what we call nocturnal emissions. Nocturnal emissions are simply aka chetwita wet dreams. What do we call wet dreams? Basically, wet dreams happen in both boys and girls. Girls, sometimes it's rare and they can't even know that maybe they are going through wet dreams because it involves their body having a little change and a gradual change where they start having lubrications around their private parts and their private parts start having certain fluids or certain liquids. Sometimes a girl might not understand that that's what we call wet dreams. Under girls, it's not so common because there is no much of an effect apart from a few who are more having body enhancements or body higher, their health. It depends on the health someone has. Some cannot even may end up even not experience wet dreams as a girl, but a number of boys experience wet dreams. I want to talk to you, a boy and a girl, and most importantly, a boy who is out there, and it's going to be your first time, or it has been one of your first times. These are some of the days that you have experienced wet dreams. What are wet dreams? Wet dreams is when you wake up in the morning, you had a good night's sleep, you slept well, and then you wake up when your bed is wet. And it's not wet with urine as we grow up, wetting the bed as we call it, n'ofuka ku buliri. This time around ozukanga, the fluids you're seeing on your bed, when you smell them, sometimes they don't even have a scent. Weekanga olina by'ofulumizza and you can't even express it. Tomanyi kyaze kitya okuba nga okigenzeemu. So that's what we call wet dreams. In the boys, it's one of the challenges they meet because in the middle of the night, the body reacts differently from what their actual timeline is walking through. Omulenzi yeebase, kumbe the body this time yo ezuukuse on the other side. Kyokka yeebambe musajja wattu yeebase oba musajja wattu weebase. Ogenda okuzuukuka ng'omubiri gwakoze ebitategeerekeka. Under normal circumstances tutya, first experiences otya, oluusi n'otya n'okugamba abantu engeri kati ffe mu nsi yaffe we tukuze, oluusi batusekeredde nti tufuka ku buliri ate ku luno kiringa obutali kufuka ku buliri, kwegamba kisusseemu kikyuseemu. So tutya okugamba abantu nti what is this that I'm experiencing? What you're experiencing is what we call nocturnal emissions, or what you can call wet dreams in the common language. Why do we have wet dreams? Wet dreams is a stage that starts proving to you that you have now hit puberty. Puberty is when your body is starting to have an advancement in itself. You're starting to see a few hairs around your private parts. You're starting to see a few changes in your body language, in your body voice, your vocals. You're starting to see your structure or the cord coming in your neck. You are starting to see yourself have a little kind of smell if take longer tonabye or when you sweat. That is when we call puberty calling in. Puberty is totally normal and every human is most likely going to go through it. It starts at 8 these days. Edda yatandikiranga at 12. So when puberty hits in, there are things that you will experience, and some of them, to the girls, you will find your breasts starting to increase to make heels. You will start seeing your hips starting to develop. You will start seeing your body getting more softer if you're a girl. You will start seeing your voice tending to switch to a sweeter tone or a small tone. Like, hey, I know when we were young, we have the same voices. Naye bw'otandika oyingira puberty eddoboozi likyuka ery'omulenzi ne litandika okukulirira, ne litandika ozitowamu, ery'omuwala ne litandika okukendeeramu. And those are signs of someone going through changes in their body. I want to tell you, a girl who is there and the boy is there, it is totally normal. You should not feel like olumbiddwa ogudde mu mbeera gy'otategeera. I know sometimes you might fear to tell your parents. I know sometimes you might fear to tell your friends. But it's totally normal. I don't want anyone to wake up one day and start shying away from your daily activities, from your normal studies, from your normal work, ng'olowooza nti oli wa njawulo oba ofunye olumbiddwa ekirwadde. Si kirwadde, oba oli normal. What happens and what causes wet dreams? What causes nocturnal emissions? Nocturnal emissions develop in the body when the body is starting to find itself, develop the tendency of getting ready to be in maturity of reproduction. Reproduction is one of the stages that develops in a human being. If you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a girl, if you're a boy, reproduction is a fundamental change that comes to your body. The body reaches a time, there is a time the body will start talking to you. I'll take case for example, if you wake up in the morning and your body tells you you're hungry. When the body tells you you're hungry, it means there is some activity happening in your body, and most times concentrating on your stomach. Probably your blood is asking for more oxygen. Probably your body is asking for more energy to be able to carry on. And then when the anger strikes, it means the body is communicating to you. So anger is like hunger is different from what did I want to use? Hunger is different from um, stomach ache. Yes, stomach ache is different from hunger. And as you grow up, you start noticing that now the body is telling me I am hungry. Now the body is telling me I have stomach ache. Those two things, they really act differently. So the same way the body tells you that you're hungry, the same way the body reaches a certain stage, and there are these systems that are growing in your body. For a girl, you are starting to have, I want to use the word eggs, but we call them ovaries. The ovaries are in your private, inside your reproductive system. They are what we call ovaries. Now, these ovaries are starting to grow. And the ovaries are growing, they are starting to pile themselves up. They're starting to pile themselves up in the oviduct where they are kept. And what does that mean? When an egg comes in a body, the body starts anticipating, or the body starts requesting that that egg gets fertilized. Why does the egg get fertilized? Eggs get fertilized because they want to reproduce. Reproducing means when the egg is fertilized, it's going to bring someone who looks exactly like you, or who looks exactly like the father. And all those, the body is trying to tell you, I think it's time we fertilize these eggs. The body does not want the eggs to go to waste. So they would make sure that at least they start putting signals in your body that will make you start feeling like it is time to fertilize the eggs. Now, when you start seeing the puberty, most times you might not translate this information that the body is telling you. You might not be able to know that the body is trying to tell me this, that I need to do that. So, when these eggs are growing in you, the body is talking sense to you, or is trying to send you signals to tell you that, hey, we are here, just like you feel you're hungry. And the same as applies to the boys. The system starts generating hormones, those hormones that make you start reproducing semens. And these semens are the ones that we call sperms. Sperms are the hormones or species or liquids that when they find the egg of a woman, it turns into an embryo, it turns into a fertilized egg. When a fertilized egg is met, expect a baby. Mm? This is important for you to know. So the body will start producing these hormones that will bring feelings, that will start feeling like the sperms are ready to fertilize. Yes. So what happens, what causes the wet dreams? The wet dreams systematically come because the hormones in your body, the system in your body, it is now full of these chemicals or of these fluids. I want to be very, very simple in explaining these things because I know kids out there are going to be watching this. So what happens is, I want you to take, for example, a cup of water. If you get a glass and put it down there on the table, and then you get another jerry can of water or a cup of water, and you start pouring in the glass. A glass will reach a time and it will fill up. And when it fills up, it will overflow when you keep pouring. And what overflows is means the body cannot contain what is inside anymore, so it will just pour it out. This is how we end up having nocturnal emissions. That the body is full. If it's for a boy, the body is simply full with the fluids that make babies. So these fluids, when they are full and filled up, the body will reach a time and will have to throw up. Just as if you eat a lot of food in your stomach, you reach a time when the stomach is fully to the capacity that it cannot cook any other food. The more you add that food, the body will pour it out. That's how you end up sometimes vomiting, which we call throwing up. So the same applies to the body. When the sperms are filled up in your testicles, they will find their way out. The body is designed a system that it cannot have excess things in it, cannot have excess sugars in it, it cannot have excess nutrients in it. All those nutrients, it will find a way of dealing with them. That is why if we do not follow up sometimes, excess things in our bodies will cause us problems. So boys and girls out there, I want you to know that it's totally normal to pass through these stages. You will start seeing yourself when you wake up. Your body will be awake when your mind is sleeping. And you will find yourself having weight, bed sheets, having a few little liquids around. Sometimes they are not as much as when like urine, when you pee on the bed. And the girls, you will find your little knickers or your little beds when they have a few drops of liquid. And that liquid will mean your body is fully filled up with the fluid. So it will throw them out, it will throw them off for you to be able to have a stable mind. Now, when you reach this puberty stage, when you reach these nocturnal emissions, what are you supposed to do? The first thing you're supposed to do is to feel happy that you have been able to qualify to be able to pass through this stage. It is a fully respectable stage for a boy and a girl. It shows you are a true boy, it shows you are a true girl ready for reproduction. But I want to put a caution to it. Does not mean that you should engage in acts that cause reproduction. Acts that cause reproduction should fully come when you are ready to take care of the baby, or when you are ready to take care of the offspring that comes from the acts of reproduction. Acts of reproduction should come when your parents, when your guardians, when the people that are above you as your adults consent to that. So do not do things because your body is telling you to do so. Sometimes you will need to keep yourself in the right purpose of your life. Remember, you have a future ahead. So as we walk, I wanted to do 35 minutes to 40 minutes. I don't know if I've reached those minutes already, but if I am in those minutes, then you should know that we are coming to an end. So it's been good to have this chat with you guys. Please feel free to share. If you're a parent out there, feel free to share with your kids. This is totally educative information. Please do not hesitate to share with your kid. Kasamvo256, subscribe, share, and like. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.